Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'd like to wish you a happy Halloween, and in light of this particular holiday, I'd decided to do something a little bit different. Today I'm reviewing the debut album from Halloween Horrors called Horror Sound Effects. I picked this one up for 50 cents at the local dollar store. Turns out they're slashing prices on Halloween goodies even yesterday, so definitely, a great purchase on my part, I think. And definitely an album that I've really enjoyed on my first listen of it. If you're not familiar with Halloween Horrors, this particular music is not made locally in Canada, but it's actually imported into Concord, Ontario. And, you might be able to find this at your local dollar store. Not something you'd bump into at a particular CD store. Because obviously most people wouldn't take this too seriously. But hey, it's awesome Halloween music, and I really enjoy it. Now, what you really get on this song is a great bassy tone. It's sort of the underlying and driving force of the music here. It almost has a dance vibe to it in a lot of places, which is quite unique and interesting. It definitely reminds me of the track Iscariot from Cradle of Filth, where it's like a heartbeat to the song, sort of. And it does pick up in tempo throughout the track, and, switch it around here or there, so it's quite interesting. Now, on top of that, what you really get is a lot of cool Halloween effects, things like, werewolf growls, bats or rodents making noises. Also more supernatural effects like witches cackling. That particular part reminded me of the newest, main single from Dimmu Borgir called Gateways. I could definitely hear the Dimmu Borgir influence here, but it's unique in its own right, so I wouldn't say this is a clone of that kind of music whatsoever. You definitely hear a lot of, those supernatural effects, like even goblins speaking. I think I picked up on a goblin conversation in here. It's quite interesting, and a lot of the human voices sounded like they took on, vampiric tones. So I really like that, that change up of the normal vocal style. Unfortunately, you won't be able to remember any of the vocals on here or the lyrics because they're not quite intelligible. And for me, that was the low point of this album here. I couldn't remember any lyrics, and you won't find yourself singing along to this. But the high point really was that atmosphere that this brought to the listener. And one thing in particular that happens on this release is that the band messes with you a little bit. One of my favorite sounds on here is silence. The band sort of cuts out here or there and has long silent passages that bring you back into the creepy and distorted and Halloween-esque vibe of the music, or the sound effects, so to speak. And at one point through the listen, I found that I thought my CD was broken, but it turns out it's supposed to be skipping like that. So the band likes to play little tricks on you here or there to keep the album interesting. So all in all, this is a good and interesting, unique listen. Great, dirty production values. Cool distortion effects. Lots of cool influences here. And the only thing, or the main gripe I have here with this particular band is that, I can't recognize all your lyrics. I can't make out what all the witches are cackling, and I can't make out, what those vampires are saying. So maybe next time include, lyrics in the booklet. But, altogether, this is definitely worth the 50 cents I spent on it. And I'd recommend this to anyone who lives in Ontario and has a, dollar store near them where they might be able to pick this up. So happy Halloween, everybody, and hope you have a great day. Goodbye.